Okay, my people, I am here again so that I can inform you what is happening. Remember that this my show is Naija Tori, where we discuss what's happening in Nigeria. And today, we are still looking at what is happening in Abia State. If you know, all over the social media now, Abia State is still trending. And we are looking at the KPMG report, whether they call it financial review report, whether they call it forensic report, whether they call it financial audit report. That is the report we want to look at today. And you know that report satellite on the tenure of former Governor Okezie Ikpeazu of Abia State. Yes, that was the period at which the KPMG report looked into critically. There have been a lot of talks about this particular report. The emphasis being, oh, it's a financial review report. Oh, it is not a forensic report. Oh, it's not a financial audit report. Oh, it is this, it is that, it is this, it is that. Oh, nobody was indicted. Every company there did their job. Blah, 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 blah. While these issues and these talks were going on, there are key silent issues that people have not looked at, which I think is important. Abians, prominent Abians, and Nigerians should look at in that report. That report revealed something that talks about corporate governance or governance and governance policies in this state called Abia State in the tenure of Governor Okezie Ikpeazu. While people are busy looking at who did he indict, he didn't indict anybody, he did not do this. Those are not the main issues. The main issues are what I'm going to tell you now. Are you with me? Don't worry. I will download it to you so that you can enjoy it. You see, governance is about policies. It's about procedures. It's about way things are supposed to be done. That is what in the business world, it is called corporate governance of organizations. Those corporate governance showcases the procedures at which things should be done in an organization. And when it comes to a state, it also states how states should be run. And those are the issues. If you take your time and look at that document, there were some issues that have been raised by that document which everybody should look at. Number one is that most companies that were given contracts, a whole lot of that were given contracts, were inactive. That is to say, they are not active in CSE, which means that they are not filing their tax returns, their reports, as at when due to it or to CSE. How can a company be giving contracts worth billions of naira and in CSE it is inactive? That is one issue. And remember that if you look at the contract policies of Abia State, it is purely stated, clearly stated, that any company that must be giving contract in Abia State must be registered in the CSE and must have filed her tax report, tax return up to date to the point of the contract. But look at that particular document. You will see that so many companies were inactive in CSE, but they were giving contracts in Abia State. Another thing that is very important that our people have looked away from while arguing whether it is financial report or blah, 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 is the issue of documentation. If you look at that report, you will see that there's an issue of documentation. Almost every area, the report will tell you, no document for this. 45 contracts given with no document to see. This was done, no document. This was done, no document. Go and read that report. How can we have a system where contracts will be given and documents that were used to give that contract cannot be traced, are not available? That is another problem, and it's about policies and governance problem. Another issue that should be looked at, of course, you will see that report, you will see that they said no record for contract signing, about 45 contracts signed, no record. Record, no record. That is an issue. Again, you will see also no record of completion certificates. Projects are given. They are assumed to have been concluded. There is no record of completion certificate. None I've seen. In fact, a contractor called me from that did job that same time. I asked him. He said he has finished the job. I said, do you have certificate for completion? He said no. So it goes down to documentation issues. Now, another thing again in that document, which is very important, is what they call non-adherence to selection and award of contracts. Non-adherence to selection and award of contracts. This is an issue. I've talked about that. Governance is about policies. Governance is about procedures. Governance is about how you do things. So if there are laid down policies in governance, that is what you should follow. Those procedures are meant to avoid mistakes, are meant for government to look clean. Now, if you look at that document by KPMG, this particular word, non-adherence to selection and award of contract, is visibly available. Another thing that's very painful when you see there is that you will see what's like no record of governors approvals. Jobs are given, and there is nowhere you're going to find a record in those jobs given of governor's approval. You see, what am I saying? We are all fighting about whether somebody was indicted, whether somebody was not indicted, whether somebody stole money, whether somebody does not steal money. We are all fighting for that. Whether the document is audit or forensic audit or financial review. And we look away from policy issues, government bureaucracies that need to be followed at every point in time that the contract should be given. It also said, in that document also said, no record. So many places you will see no record of ministry's evaluation for 72 contracts. That means contracts are given at that point in time, and the ministry, which those contract at domicile, are not evaluating it. They are not visiting it. They are not checking to see the progress of the job. You see what I'm saying? Let's go further. Another very key thing you also observe is where you see no provision for F&G recommendation to the Executive Council for 62 contracts. You see, I keep saying, before a contract can be awarded, there's what is called F&G. F&G will look at it, then submit a report to Executive Council where approvals can come from and contracts are awarded. But that report tells us that no provision of F&G PC recommendation to Executive Council for 62 contracts. You can find it there. No record of award letter contracts for 21 contracts. No record of award letter. No record. No record. Another one is no record for ratification by MOJ for 49 contracts. There are even places in that particular document where you will see double contract. A contract has been awarded and it was re-awarded. You see, these are the issues. Anytime governance and people in government do not follow the policies laid down, do not follow procedures laid down, there will always be issues in governance. So while Abians are focused on who ate money and don't eat money, they look away from these cogent issues which they should discuss about. The document released by KPMG is an eye-opener. Why I say so is that we Abians now know the challenges we have in governance. Most of the challenges we have in governance is lack of following procedures and policies of government. You cannot be a governor, you cannot be a commissioner, you cannot be in the helm of affair of any leadership position in Abia State or any state on Nigeria, and you look away from the policies of how to do things in that particular office. That is where the problem is. Now, I'm not here to talk about who ate money or who did not eat money. That's not my problem. I think that's the EFCC job to do that. They will investigate it. And we have gathered that Almost all the contractors that were given jobs in those documents have been invited by EFCC. EFCC will review everything and then know what to do from there. But my issue mainly is lack of following procedures, policies, and processes of government. That's where my issue is. And that's where we as Abians should be looking at. What is my final take today? Our eyes have been opened. We know the challenge we have in this state called Abia State. So, the present government led by Dr. Alex Choma Oti OFR should make sure they live above these governance errors. They should make sure they do better. They should make sure they do better. They do better by making sure that any company giving job has all the qualification and is up to date with tax in CSC to be giving jobs. It's very important. It's very important. It talks about integrity. It talks about the individuals in governance. It talks about how the finances of the state are being used. I rest my case today, and I pray that Abians will look at the main issues while waiting for other anti-graft agencies to take actions where they see necessary. God bless you. My name remains Emenike Rebu. You can follow all our social media handles that you see on the down flow here. Follow us, share my videos, get back to me. My number 2 will be showing here. You can call me at any point in time. Let's discuss. We're always together. It's about making Abia State and Nigeria good. That's why we're here. God bless you.